This is a frustrating throw here. Lamar ends up throwing it right in the dirt. You can see from a different angle that his arm is angled down even. And I think he's just hurried here. But that's drive killer, or a potential drive killer on first down. That should be there. The middle of the field should be there with him at the helm. Watch this play formation. You know, it's 1st and 10, and there's really they're in a formation where they could run or pass. And this middle becomes wide open. I think without even a play action fake here. Part of it is Ken Dixon just kind of takes off, and Nick Boyle off the line, does the same. So these linebackers here have to go with them. And Lamar makes a good read here, because look how this part's wide open for him. I guess it's possible he gets overly excited here, but this is frustrating. You know, just again, just all upper body, throws it into the ground. A good read, you can see there's so much you can do out of this play formation. Somebody's going to come open. You end up with a 5-man route on a 1st and 10 play here. But you could really, it's a very deceptive design, because you can just as easily run out of this thing. Particularly, you see Chris Moore come off the line and block there, which I think is really interesting. But anyway, not a good throw. Watch it from this angle. He knows somebody's coming open. I just think it's just a terrible arm angle there. Does not get his anything but his arm into this throw. Doesn't follow through at all. This is a pretty special play. You know, it's one of those. He's one of those handful of guys that can make these kind of Houdini escapes. And watch him just kind of really calm in the pocket. I'm going to let the play run. Just kind of keeping his eyes downfield, and we'll watch it from the other angle. Dixon does a great job kind of sticking with him there and making himself available. The first thing you see is he gets the ball out of the shotgun. He's thinking about that sideline route to Crabtree. You can see pretty immediately turns his head that way. He almost pulls the trigger on it, because Crabtree's got separation and he's open there. Right when he's about to let it go, he thinks better of it. For one reason or another, it might have had something to do with this guy jumping up to get in the way of the pass. But he pulls it down. Right there's just a ton of stuff going on at his feet. Escapes that, but watch his eyes, kind of watching downfield, looking for these underneath or these middle of the field routes. Resets. Pulls a Houdini. Now the defense is in trouble. You know, this defender's got to kind of tough decision to make there. He's got to split the difference, and Lamar knows it. Watch him keep his eyes downfield though. Resets, kind of escapes right there. Resets. He's looking downfield. Feels that pressure. That's important. How he feels that pressure. See him duck his shoulder there. Clearly, he's not seeing that guy. He has an understanding of him. Ducks under. Just that again. That Houdini kind of spin out of that pressure, and they're in trouble. He's still looking downfield here, and you can see he's waiting for this defender to kind of declare what it is he's going to do. And he runs right at him. And as soon as that defender takes a step toward him and away from Ken Dixon, ball gets out. I think that's a good throw too. Puts it in a place where he has the ability to turn and get upfield. This is the Chris Moore interference or non-interference call. It's a design rollout. I think Lamar looks really good on this. Really good play fake here. And then, yeah, again, a design rollout. Very calm here. Eyes downfield. He's not eyeing the pressure. He feels the pressure. He's not worried about this big tackle coming at him. Resets. Like his mechanics there. That's pass interference. So is that. Still interfering with the receiver, grabbing him. At this point, you know, maybe he's making a play on the ball that you wouldn't call, but really early on in the end zone, that's pass interference. Unbelievable that isn't called. At the time, I didn't think that much about it, because the game was still going on. But this drive stalls. The Ravens on this drive fail to convert on 4th down. So that would have been, have to believe they punched that in from the 1 yard line if they make the proper call there. But Lamar does a nice job here. Again, I like his throwing mechanics. He gets a pretty accurate throw. It's just unfortunate. I like that he and Crabtree are on the same page here. And he sees that off coverage. I think this is 2nd down, 3rd down, I'm not sure. Sees that off coverage, and he knows Crabtree's running this out, and he has enough trust, or they both have enough trust there, where he throws, this is a timing throw. See, Crabtree's just coming out of his break. Here comes the ball. He knows where he's going to be, knows when he's going to be there. That's a really, really accurate ball. Again, throwing to a spot, throwing with anticipation, or throwing with timing there. Also reading the defense. If you're going to give us that, we'll take it. This is a tough play for any defense to have to defend, and Lamar runs it great. Beautiful throw right on the money to Willie in stride. Watch Willie again. Boy, I like Willie. Watch him carry this guy right up the seam. Real, just that quick, there's that quick change of direction. Finds that soft spot, and so does Lamar. They're on the same page there. Just splits that coverage, too. Beautiful throw. Beautiful throw. Just a lot going on here, post-snap. A lot of motion, a lot of movement, a lot of misdirection. This is the kind of thing that makes a Lamar Jackson offense special. Gives it the potential to be special. It's just really hard to account for all of that. You can see, too, it isn't just Willie coming open. There's Ken Dixon with some space, some space. That's a little bit of a understatement there. Look at that. Oof. Ooh. See, I think there's a lot of underneath stuff, leak out kind of stuff available to the Ravens that you're going to see that more as this over the next 3 weeks. This is a great play call on 4th and 2, and you can see that they have trust in him completely. Biggest spot of the game. You're trusting him to make this throw and make this conversion when you could have 3 points here. Again, 4th and 2, you see what effect Dixon has on this. I also want you to watch Boyle, just how physical he is off the line here. Just that kind of what looks like a block and then disengage and swim, but really occupies that defender. Hayden Hurst on the cross kind of helps to rub, if you will. Nobody's going to get out on Max. And this guy's got to stay home because it's 4th down. And either Ken or Lamar might take off. Right? And then it's just too late. I like where Lamar puts the ball. Again, we saw this earlier, but you see how Max can kind of just turn and run with it. Again, you can see here how effective the play action and the run fakes and the misdirection are. Obviously an awful throw here. He's really rushing himself. There's a lot going on. He's got to do his play fake. And then, really, I don't want to excuse it. That's just bad. That's just bad. He sort of falls away from the throw. That's bad. I don't know if he's speeding up his mechanics kind of internally like we talked about earlier. I don't know. You don't want to see that because that's a big play waiting to happen right there. I don't know the down and distance, but you see how effective this play, just this simple play fake is here. He really doesn't even do a overly exaggerated fake, but you see the pulling offensive lineman here, how it pulls everybody, and then Dixon, I think that's Dixon, pulls everybody to this side, and you have 2 blockers out front. So this is, again, I expect to see this sort of play. Quick throws to the sideline, screens, underneath kind of screens, more. But he's got to hit this. I mean, clearly, that's pretty obvious. It's not good. You get the sense that on these screen passes and these quick kind of underneath things where Lamar's getting the ball out of his hand, that he's rushing it sort of internally. You know, even before he's got the ball in his hands, he's thinking a little bit too much about it, and he sort of aims the throw. I think earlier in the game he missed Montgomery on the other side with a screen. Just a really obvious, pretty egregious miss because he's really rushing his mechanics, doesn't step into the throw. I think because he's thinking about it a lot beforehand. Here he gets the ball out quickly. Really just sort of a sidearm kind of baseball kind of throw here. Kind of relay throw. But it's on target, you know? And perhaps some of that is him just settling in to this. The main thing I like about this, or I want to point out about it, I'm not sure how much I like it, is 55 here. Watch when Montgomery goes into this bunch, into motion into this bunch formation. Watch his eyes. It's pretty observant football here. Look at that. Watches him all the way. He knows what's up. Right away, he knows. And Zeus makes an effort to kind of cut block him. And he just can't get there because he saw that, right? Because he read that. And he ends up busting this play. Great play by 55. Here's the touchdown throw, or the second of his 2 touchdown throws. I think it was 3rd and medium. 3rd and 8, maybe? Something like that. I don't know. So even though it's 3rd down, the Ravens have a pretty strong threat there to run the ball. Love Nick Boyle. Love Nick Boyle here. Good the job he does in protection. They keep Max in to help too. Really a kind of a slow, very, very, very deliberate route here. And Brown's not, he's running sort of, I don't know if he's running full speed here. You know, he's not, doesn't have a ton of separation there, but the ball is placed perfectly where he can just keep running and hits him in stride. That looks, and it looks super effortless for Lamar there in the throwing of that football. So you watch him look left. I like that. He's got Crabtree there too. You can see, is it Crabtree? Yeah, Crabtree's route here kind of freezes this safety just a little bit, but he reads it. He reads it. He knows what's going on there. And then the safety and the corner's already behind Brown. Kind of collide just enough, and Brown just keeps saying, just a nice throw to a spot there. Beautiful, beautiful pitch and catch. If you watch it from this angle, you see Boyle come in motion. Yeah, and the defense has to honor this play fake, even though it's 3rd down and 9 or 3rd and 8. Beautiful ball.